Welcome back to Saturday Agenda. I'm Katrina Zish. Something a little different for you, a pop of pop culture. Let's bring in our guest to talk about some of the hottest topics of the week, pop culture expert and the host of Front and Center. It's Jacquie Jordan. Hi, Jacquie.
Hi, Katrina. How are you?
I am great. Happy to have you here. Let's dive right in. The epic album dropper, Taylor Swift, drops her latest called Midnights on Thursday at, you guessed it, midnight. Now, Swift fans, known as Swifties, are telling one of Swift's ex-boyfriends, fellow musician John Mayer, to be very, very scared after she seems to reference him pretty intensely in one of her new songs. Now, she dated him when she was 19. She is now 32. Do you think it's time to get over it?
You know, one of the brilliance behind Taylor Swift, especially from a PR perspective, is that Taylor Swift has this way of identifying with all of us women as if she is one of us and has been through all the heartbreaks and harrowing times that all of us have gone through. And trust me, Taylor Swift's orbit is way different than most of us, but that's what makes her so prolific with her songwriting, and that she's getting a lot of attention for exactly that with her new album, Midnights. And yes, it kind of alludes to John Mayer, her relationship when she was 19 and he was 32, and ironically now she is 32. And it kind of reminds me of the public sympathy that we're seeing right now around supermodel Gisele Bündchen regarding Tom Brady and the marital breakup, right? You know, everybody's right now, there's like a sympathy towards these scorned women, or these women that were chosen over. And certainly Taylor Swift has that really special way of identifying with all of us for heartbreak in her song lyrics and her songwriting.
She sure does, but of course she is now with her longtime boyfriend, and also the lead track of that album, Lavender Haze, addressing potential engagement rumors on that. And I want to move on to Kanye, but I also have to say Taylor Swift went to the same high school that I did, so that's kind of fun.
Really
although
cool.
Like a gazillion years after I did, so don't Google that.
Well,
but
you
it's
can
true.
talk about the orbit she's in now.
I can relate to a little bit, yes. All right, but moving on to someone Taylor Swift is definitely not a fan of. Kanye West, a.k.a. now Ye, has entered into an agreement to purchase the popular conservative app Parler. Do you think this plan will go through? I mean, of course, after his anti-Semitic rants, he's been locked out of Twitter and Instagram recently. Balenciaga, the design house, canceled all of their future engagements with him. Is he doing this just to kind of copy, I'm going to say, the former President Trump and maybe even Elon Musk?
Or you just to ruffle things up. I mean, and that's what Kanye West is known for, and we've loved his music because that's exactly what he embodied. Now he's kind of a little, some people are saying he's taking it all too far, but as a PR and media expert, what I can tell you is that I'm very pro First Amendment, and I always say I would rather hear what my enemies say, think, and want to do, and not have somebody else do the censorship around that for me, so that I have a full understanding of it. But Kanye West is basically trying to protect that, and he's obviously getting criticism. He's getting pushed around. His endorsement deals are being taken away, or even threatened to be taken away. I think Adidas is still considering dropping him at this time. It's also said that he just recently hired Johnny Depp's defamation attorney to handle his business affairs. So I know he's taking it seriously, but he's a very smart businessman.
Hey. All right. Hey, Jacquie, just before we run out of time, because we close the show right at 3 p.m., real quick, very popular trans TikTok star and activist who's been popping up everywhere, Dylan Mulvaney, visited the White House and met with President Biden to discuss transgender and transition issues. Now, there's been controversy surrounding Mulvaney after appearing on a podcast discussing all things girlhood. Your take on this? I've got 20 seconds.
Well, it's, the White House continues to push the edge, especially on the transgender conversation. I know there was a boycott for Ultima Beauty over this particular podcast that he did. I'm fine with whatever adults want to do, but leave the kids and children out of it.
All right, Jacquie Jordan, thanks so much for that pop of culture, and that's going to do it for this week's edition of Saturday Agenda.